Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to R.A. Fagenal Hall for today's CCIW men's basketball game featuring the visiting Augustana College Vikings and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Today's game is part of Coaches versus Cancer, and the coaching staffs from both teams are wearing sneakers as a visual reminder that prevention is the key when it comes to blocking cancer before it takes center court in our lives. Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Vikings of Augustana, 5'9" sophomore, number 14, Hunter Hill. 6'6" sophomore, number 25, Tavian Johnson. 6 foot tall junior, number 32, Danley Jergudis. 6'5" sophomore, number 34, Ben Ryan. And 6'6" junior, number 40, Nick Hefner. The Vikings are coached by Gray Giovanni and enter today's game with an overall record of 15-2, 5-1 in the CCIW. And now the starting lineup for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. 6'2" sophomore, number 15, Pat Coleman. 6'1" sophomore, number 20, Kyle Lee. 6'5" senior, number 23, Taylor Baxter. Another 6'5" senior, number 25, Nick Sanford. And 6'7" sophomore, number 52, Will Nixon. The Blue Jays are coached by John Baines, assisted by Chris Martin, Scott Campbell, and Josh Rushbrook. Elmhurst enters today's contest with an overall record of 11-6, 3-3 in the CCIW. Our officials today, Demetrius Randall, Dave Cronin, and Jeff Murrow.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Elmhurst College and R.A. Fagenal Hall. It's time for Game 2 of a CCIW doubleheader. Augustana and Elmhurst ready to battle today. Elmhurst 11-6 on the season, 3-3 in the CCIW. Augustana ranked 13th in the D3Hoops.com Top 25 poll. The Vikings at 15-2 overall and 5-1 in conference play. Augustana tied for the conference lead with Illinois Wesleyan. It was a try lead earlier this week, but then Elmhurst upended Carthage 73-70 on Wednesday. Big win for the Blue Jays at home. Can they repeat it here today? We'll find out. Augustana opens with possession. Starting five features Hunter Hill, Tavian Johnson, Danielis Jergudis, Ben Ryan, and Nick Hefner. Augustana in the navy blue with the gold numbers. Elmhurst is in the sky blue with the white. Hunter Hill bouncing towards the post, and Nick Sanford steps in front. Starting five for Elmhurst, Pat Coleman, Kyle Wiest, Taylor Baxter, Nick Sanford, and Will Nixon. Wiest handing it off. Pat Coleman backing up towards the center line. Plenty to work with here in the first. 15 on the shot clock. Baxter triggers the three, draws iron. Nixon fights for the rebound. It will stay with Elmhurst. Good effort by Will Nixon, who threw it off of Hefner out of bounds. Tell you what, have fun in that post battle today. 6'5", Nick Sanford, 6'7", Will Nixon for Elmhurst. 6'5", Ben Ryan, 6'6", Nick Hefner for Augustana. There's a lot of height on this Augustana roster coming off the bench as well. Sanford with a jump stop, no good. And it's Hefner with the rebound. To no surprise, both of these teams are very, very strong when it comes to rebounding. Augustana out-rebounds opponents by over 9 per game. Elmhurst is at almost 7 per contest. Hefner puts Augustana on the board first. It is Coaches versus Cancer weekend. Coaches on both sides are wearing tennis shoes. Baxter comes back to his left, flips it for Coleman. Assessing. He'll hand off to Sanford. Nixon sets the screen. Shot clock down to 10. Baxter lost it. Wiest recovers. Wiest with his foot on the line. It's the 19-footer. To his side, 2 minutes into the first half. Johnson bouncing baseline for Hefner, and he hits again. Nick Hefner averaging almost 8 points per game. You look at this Augustana squad, they have a lot of balance. Their leading scorer is Hunter Hill at 12.5 per game. Baxter spotting up for three. Yes, sir. Elmhurst with the lead for the first time. After Hunter Hill, you look at Tavian Johnson, 9.6. Danny Ellis-Jurgutis at 9.4. You've got 7.9 on a couple of players, 8.8 as well, 7.3 on another. The name of the game, balance for Augustana. Ryan missed. And out of bounds to Elmhurst. Take a look at the Baxter three in the corner. Spotting up in perfect position. 5-4 Elmhurst on top. Augustana with the trap. And Elmhurst breaks it easily. Nick Sanford in the lane. Sanford at 13.1 per contest, second on this Elmhurst squad. 3 players in double figures for head coach John Baines. First season at the helm. Formerly an assistant here at Elmhurst. Three-pointer for Jurgutis is no good. In the lane, floater from Johnson on the second chance, won't fall either. Baines was a longtime assistant here under Mark Scheer, left to take the head coaching job at the University of St. Francis in Joliet. Return this season, his first as the head man. Will Nixon scores. A strong start for Elmhurst. Tell you what, this looks pretty similar to what the Blue Jays were able to do on Wednesday against Carthage. Good defense on Hill, who thought about the three. Now Jurgutis lost it, recovers. Spots Hefner on the baseline again. CCIW standings, as I mentioned, Augustana tied for the conference lead, and Hill picks up the deflection. Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan, 5-1. Carthage, Wheaton, 4-2, and then Elmhurst, 3-3. Very much in the mix of the CCIW tournament race. Top 4 make the conference tournament. North Central 2-4, Milliken 1-5, North Park 0-6. Elsewhere today, Milliken visits North Park. North Central is at Wheaton tonight. Illinois Wesleyan traveling to Carthage. That's your marquee game of the day. Hill draws a crowd. Some light help coming from Sanford. The newly entered Mark Roth dribbles around the perimeter. Here's Ryan, no good, and Sanford the board. Nick Sanford over 9 rebounds per game for Elmhurst. Kyle Wiest does not have a dribble. Meeting number 129 all time between Elmhurst and Augustana. Augustana with an 85-43 edge, including 3 consecutive wins. Last win for Elmhurst over 2 years ago, January 14th, 2012. Zach Boyd with a buzzer beater in a 56-55 win. Sanford partially blocked. It'll stay with Elmhurst. Shot clock is at 5. And Augie headman Gray Giovanni on his feet, frustrated. And the officials are actually going to overturn the call and give it to Augustana. And got a little bit of a look at it there. Last season, Augustana, 66-61 victory here at R.A. Faginal Hall. 84-41 blowout in Rock Island. And a travel will hand it back to Elmhurst. Talked about the rebounding. Another thing to keep your eye on for this one, who will visit the free throw line more? That's normally a key, right? Well, it's a big key when you have the top 2 free throw shooting teams in the conference. Baxter with his second three. Elmhurst, the CCIW leader at 76.2%. Augustana sitting second at 74.3%. Kevin Schlitter rotating around the arc. And it's Griffin Pills for three, no good. Augustana has just one starter out there, that being Ben Ryan. The rest are reserves currently with 14:15 to go in the half. Take a look at Taylor Baxter's second three. There was nobody there. It's a shooter's dream, right? Nathan Rogers in for Elmhurst. Bryant Ackerman is there as well. Kenny Payonk also on for John Baines and company. And Eric Crittenden drives strong to the hole and will throw it off the window for two. 14-6, strong start for Elmhurst. Tell you what, something clicked for Elmhurst in the win against Carthage. They've won 3 of the last 4 in the CCIW. Here's a three in the corner, way off the mark. It was Mark Roth on the attempt. At home this season, Elmhurst owning a 5-1 record. The lone loss was to Illinois Wesleyan by 31 in the conference opener. Tucker Harlan enters, a freshman from Washington, Illinois. Take a look at the three-point attempt for Elmhurst, which went off the shot clock. Griffin Pills all by himself. A screen for Mark Roth on the baseline. Down Main Street goes Juwan Strotter. And a blocking foul will result in a couple of free throws. Strotter out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, prepped at Plainfield East High School. There's the contact underneath. Gray Giovanni sans sport coat. Augustana 3-2 on the road this year, lost at Wisconsin Platteville early in the season. Overtime loss at Wheaton, the lone conference defeat so far. You have a home win over Illinois Wesleyan. 74% from the line, as I mentioned, second to Elmhurst in the conference. 14-7 after the split. Rogers in the corner. Around a Payonk screen, draws a crowd, spots the open Payonk for three, yes! Another three for Elmhurst. 10-point advantage early, 17-7. Elmhurst led by 22 on Wednesday, had to hold on late, and a turnover. Payonk muscles for the steal. Crittenden backing up. The 6'7" sophomore from Crete drives, and Schlitter is there for the board. Strotter again down the hole, kicks it out to an open Roth for three. Offensive rebound for Brandon Motzel. Third attempt for Augie on this trip is short. And John Baines telling his team to slow it down. Payonk loses his footing and a walk. Four fresh ones coming for Augustana. Get a look at the walk. Payonk found himself open, and then you see it. He just lost his footing in the lane as he tried to work his way around Motzel. Johnson over to Hill. Back to Johnson. Utilizing a Ryan screen outside the paint. 10-footer, no. Putback isn't there either for Ben Ryan. Here comes Elmhurst. And Harlan will slow up the attack. Crittenden at 6'7" is actually looking pretty good with the ball in his hands. Despite the fact that there are 2 guards on the floor. Crittenden, baseline, in and out from 14, out of bounds to Augustana. 11:05 left in the first half. It's a 10-point Elmhurst lead at 17-7. Hunter Hill jogs across for Augustana. Roth towards Hefner. Back out Hill for a long 3. Bingo. First 3-pointer for Augustana today. The Vikings as a team at 42% from 3-point range. Impressive. Augustana overall 50% from the field this year. 3 for Ackerman, no good. Board to Hefner. That may have been a little bit of a quick shot. The dismay of the Elmhurst sideline. Hill tries it, partially blocked by Nixon. Will Nixon, the Elmhurst leader in blocks. He has swatted 36 on the year. Johnson in the lane, pulls up, 12-footer short. Second chance though. And some free throws coming for Johnson. Tavian Johnson, a 68% shooter from the line for Augustana. Amongst regulars, that is actually second to last. Kevin Schlitter at 61%. Johnson at 9.6 per contest, splashes in the first. Kyle East back for Elmhurst. And Johnson with another toss. Up and good. 5 straight make it for Augustana. 17-12. And Danielis Jargudis returns. That trapping look from Augustana results in a 3-on-2. Ackerman, quick 3 air ball. Sanford offensive rebound, threw it off his teammate. Tried to save it out of bounds, didn't realize he was tossing it directly at Will Nixon. And again, a quick shot for Elmhurst. I think the Blue Jays are at their best offensively when having the opportunity to run the set. Obviously, transition game is easy enough for both teams as well. That's when you're really at your best. Jargudis dribbles in from the elbow and offensive basket interference. It was still in the cylinder when Johnson had an opportunity. Take a look at it yourself here. Jargudis with the 15-footer. Yeah, it was on its way back down when Johnson decided to tap at it. Ball will stay with Elmhurst. Augustana extending that pressure. Now full court trap. And Wiest eases across. Coleman around the arc. Coleman, his first attempt today, banks it home. Pat Coleman, the sophomore out of North Chicago. Very strong program in Northern Illinois. Johnson along the baseline, up and in, had to adjust his shot and still delivered. Athletic move for Tavian Johnson. And an offensive foul whistled against Baxter. We talked about the size of Ryan and Hefner in the post. It's because Johnson kind of plays on the wing, more of a 2-3 kind of combo player than anything else. There's the offensive foul. Baxter trying to say his defender was never set. May have been an arm bar in there. But Johnson is 6'6" himself, just to further that point of size on this Augustana roster. 8:40 left in the half. 5-point Elmhurst lead. It has been as big as 10. A switch to his own. Hill for three against it. A long one and his second triple. Trying to shoot Elmhurst out of the zone. Coleman looks to beat his man. Hill is back defensively on him. Wiest tries to split the seam, and they'll say a foul on the ground. Pretty clean half so far. That's just the 5th foul and the first against Augustana. It's on Jergudis, that's his first. Jergudis out of Downers Grove South High School, Darien, Illinois product, a junior. Coleman, back to Wiest, on the move. From 13 delivers. 21-17. Elmhurst maintaining the lead. Ben Ryan with the J. Nick Sanford elevates for the glass. Coleman steps back, three-pointer. Yes, sir. Timeout, Augustana. It's a 30-second timeout. So we take a look at Coleman again. Baxter in transition. Coleman with just a step-back move into the corner. That's the 4th three-pointer for Elmhurst in the half. Elmhurst 10 of 18 to start from the field, 56%. Compare that to just a 6 for 20 mark for Augustana. Vikings do hold an 11-9 edge on the glass. 5 of those rebounds have been on the offensive end. But Elmhurst has led for almost 80% of the game so far. The last lead for Augustana came at the 17:30 mark about 10 minutes ago at 4-2. Elmhurst has led by as many as 10 here in this one. Hill, who made from there moments ago. Now it's Griffin Pills. Pills around some defenders, feeds the corner. Jergudis dribbles in. No good. Sanford with a rebound. Wiest knifes towards the basket, but Coleman retreats, works it into the corner. Baxter stepping back, 15 to work with. A screen for Baxter, looking to bounce it into the block. Down to 7, Wiest for 3, again! 5 first half threes for Elmhurst. And back to a 10-point lead at 27-17. It was 17-7 at one point. Augustana pulled back to within 19-17. And now it's 8 straight for Elmhurst, including a couple of threes. Jergudis, jump stop, over the top of Nixon to score. Wiest underneath, in and out. But on the rebound, Baxter obstructed, and that'll keep possession with Elmhurst. Just the second foul against Augustana. Reset the floor for the Vikings. There's the miss from Wiest, pretty good look. And Baxter just upended underneath by Griffin Pills, who picks up his first foul. Payonk cut towards the rack. Crittenden picks up the loose ball, fires the free throw line, Jay. And after missing in frustration, commits a foul. Second foul on Kenny Payonk. Remains on the floor currently. stays with Augustana. Tucker Harlan, Nathan Rogers return. Johnson assesses, spots Straughter. Around the arc, Straughter dribbling into the zone, found a seam. And no good on the jumper for Motzel. And a foul is called against Elmhurst. John Baines can't believe it, screaming no on the Elmhurst bench. Mark Roth back. Get a look at it yourself. Ball is loose. And you see the official pointing out the foul. Inside of 5 minutes to play in the first. Straughter lost it off his ankle. It's on the ground. Jump ball, Elmhurst possession. Kenny Payonk alertly dived on top of the loose ball. Officials trying to make sure everything is good there. Rogers for Payonk, surrounded. That was stuffed by Schlitter. Ball will stay with Elmhurst. Shot clock is at 12. No, foul on Elmhurst, and Kenny Payonk is third. Judge yourself. There's the block. Payonk diving for the loose ball. And it's bonus time now for Augustana as John Baines sheds his jacket. And I think a technical foul has just been issued to the Elmhurst coach. Yep. John Baines is not a happy man. He is stalking the sidelines. Close-up of John Baines, who still argues the call. Well, he tossed his jacket into his assistants, but nonetheless, in a lot of cases, that's one of those things the officials look at right away as Mark Roth hits both technical free throws. And so now it's a 6-point game. And 2 shots coming for Brandon Motzel. A bonus time, I should say there, short. And Ackerman coast to coast. Turning on the Jets and taking it to the hole. Inside, a block for Nixon. And another block for Nixon. Double the fun for Will Nixon inside. And a turnover the other way. Here comes Straughter leading a 2-on-2. Straughter, offensive foul. Straughter with the foul. He looks up. And stepping in defensively to draw the charge. Good job for Brian Ackerman. 3:54 to go in the half. It's Elmhurst with an 8-point edge on the board. I'll tell you what, this Elmhurst team is getting better as the season progresses. Ackerman is trapped, and the Blue Jays able to retain. They started out with a couple of disappointing defeats. And then we're able to win 7 straight before losing at a Division I school down in Texas. Closed the non-conference slate with a win over the University of Dallas. then lost 2 in a row to open conference play. There's a turnover. Jurgutis, nifty behind the back attempt, taken away by Rogers. Crittenden lost it off his knee and never really secured it. And Coleman returns behind him, Nick Sanford. Three and a half to go. Sub for Augustana as well as Griffin Pills comes on. Still an 8-point lead for Elmhurst at 29-21. Bounce pass for Schlitter, denied by Nixon. Will Nixon at it again defensively. Coleman, long three, yes sir! A pump of the fist and a timeout for Augustana. 11-point Elmhurst lead, the biggest of the day. 32-21. We'll step aside here on Blue Jay TV. After this three, Coleman just stepped into it and delivers. 3:04 to go on Blue Jay TV. Tim Calderwood from R.A. Faginal Hall. Elmhurst has led for most of the half. Took the lead for good at the 17:30 mark. And has their biggest lead right now, 11 points, 32-21. Perimeter shooting a big reason and a turnover for Augustana. Gray Giovanni leaps to his feet, immediately gesturing for a sub as he wants Juwan Strotter to return to that point guard position. Perimeter shooting for Elmhurst, 6 first half threes on 10 attempts. 2:45 left. Ackerman looking for the 7th three-pointer. Air ball. .241 remaining in this contest. First half of action. 13th ranked Augustana on the road at Elmhurst, looking for a second consecutive win over a CCIW leader. On Wednesday, there were 3 teams tied atop the conference, and then Elmhurst downed Carthage 73-70. Backing his way in is Schlitter, and an elbow leads to an offensive foul. Take a look at the replay here. .220 left in the ball game. First half of action anyhow. An 11-point lead. Wiest splits the defense, numbers for Elmhurst, but Baxter will slow down. Baxter twisting. Sanford on the baseline. Hits. Boy, Nick Sanford has some range as well. A lot of people have called him one of the most unappreciated players in the CCIW. He continues to show why. Sanford, a senior with 2 all-CCIW selections under his belt. Nixon lost it. Hefner leads the break for Strotter, who pulls up at the free throw line. It's short, but an offensive rebound underneath. Ben Ryan working over the top of Nixon, no good. Ryan, though, with a third opportunity. I'll tell you what, it's a great atmosphere for basketball here at R.A. Fagenal Hall today. Both sides are crowded. Both sides are into the game. And contact there. Ben Ryan, the sophomore. His first. Kyle Wiest. And Ryan came over to try and cover Sanford. Timeout. Elmhurst timeout, 30-second timeout. Elmhurst at 54% from the floor so far in the contest, 14 of 26. That includes a 6 of 11 mark from bonus distance. Augustana shooting just 26.7%, 8 of 30. Elmhurst has led for over 16 minutes here in the half. With just over a minute to play, holding on to an 11-point lead, which matches the largest of the game so far. Here comes the defense from Augustana, and way too far out. Jergudis commits the foul. Was near center court. Can't commit fouls 40 feet away from the bucket. And that was further than 40 feet away. Sanford working up top. Down to 45 seconds, shot clock at 20. Wiest to the corner, back around. It's Baxter, step back. Baxter from 17. Taylor Baxter, 8 first half points. Straughter looking to counter as a 13-point lead is the largest of the day for Elmhurst. Shot clock off. Gray Giovanni holding for one shot. Single index finger extended to his Augustana squad. And now the thumbs up as the play comes in. Down to 10. Jergudis back to Straughter. Straughter takes to the hole and a travel. He looked to draw the crowd and dump to the open Hefner. To no avail. There's Straughter to the hole. And Baxter with a long one. Had a good look, but it glanced to the left off the glass. Very, very impressive first half for Elmhurst. Homestanding fans rise to their feet in appreciation. 13-point lead for the Blue Jays at 36-23 as we head to the break. Second half coming up shortly. Thanks for joining us here on Blue Jay TV.
College only happens once. You need to know what you're getting into. That's why we made this video. We wanted to give you an idea of what you might choose to get into at Elmhurst College. We went around the campus with a camera for a full school year and asked people what they thought about the place. We didn't plant anybody and we didn't script anything. We just asked questions. We started at new student orientation.
I chose Elmhurst because the campus is really nice, first off. I like it a lot, and it's really close to Chicago. I like Chicago.
The reason why I chose to come here is the smart classes and the atmosphere. The people here are friendly, and I just love it.
Nicest campus I've seen anywhere. Like, I visited a lot of other schools, but, I mean, this one just had, like, all the trees. They had the atmosphere.
All the people I've met have been really, really friendly.
It's a beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus. Lots of plants, lots of friendly people, and they're just so helpful. Like, everyone wants to help you out to get to where you need to be.
Come on in, everybody. It's good to have you here.
It's just going to be a fun year all together, meet lots of people, hang out, go downtown a lot.
Now it's time to kick off the school year. That means going to class. You've been doing that for years already, but classes at Elmhurst are a little different.
If you've never experienced something, you can definitely get into it and experience it here at Elmhurst.
It's an open environment. Anywhere you go, you're going to get that opportunity just to better yourself. When you're in the large universities, you don't get that opportunity because you're just another student and they're just talking in front of you.
The class size is smaller, so you're not in a class of about like 600 people.
I know all of my professors by name, and what's better is they know me by name.
You can go to them and feel comfortable dropping them an email, stopping by their office during office hours and asking for help.
Every morning I wake up and I'm excited to see my students again. I love hearing them and their stories and getting to know them.
The opportunity to interact with faculty in a real meaningful way, whether it's in collaborative research, whether it's one-on-one, talking about aspects of the class in their offices, the availability, all those things are there.
Learning doesn't only take place in the classroom, but outside the classroom.
The lecturing style has sort of gone out of fashion. You do present some material, but you try for the students to discover the answers rather than providing them to the student.
It's a process, and we create that process every time, every class.
In business, they're not looking for people that have more accounting or more marketing. They're looking with people with what we consider the liberal learning skills.
You're going to be able to combine professional interests with a liberal arts education.
Elmhurst College is preparing me for my life experience later on after college, and it's a great environment to grow.
Elmhurst College gave me a chance to kind of sit back and evaluate the world at large, and then begin to say, okay, I could kind of see myself doing this.
Of course, all work and no play is no way to go through college. That's why we have special weekends like homecoming. Football is one of 18 varsity sports at Elmhurst. It's not the Big Ten. In a lot of ways, it's better.
But what separated Elmhurst College from every other institution that was looking to recruit me as a football player is Elmhurst College was more interested in me being a student athlete.
Knowing that I would be running cross country and track all 4 years, I think it's really helped me structure my educational career as well.
Being a student athlete takes up a lot of time, but it's a commitment that you really want to make.
What commitment do you want to make? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
There's over 100 different clubs and organizations on campus.
Elmhurst has something for everyone, there really is. I mean, whatever your interest is, it's here.
I've been involved in the music department, in the band, and now the orchestra. Intramural sports, or art, or music, or drama.
They have the Greek system here, and I really wanted to get involved.
Joining a fraternity, playing on the men's soccer team for 4 years.
You have so many opportunities to get your hands on things. You know, I was involved in union board and volleyball.
There's just a huge array that you can choose from.
You can definitely make a difference, definitely.
You can also make a difference far beyond the campus. Our study abroad program gives you a chance to experience the world. Elmhurst students study in 44 countries.
The first January I was here, I studied in France, and the second January I studied in India.
Back home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of going to college in Elmhurst, Illinois, a special suburb of a great city.
Downtown Elmhurst is walking distance, and there's so many things going on. We have the movie theater, there's restaurants, there's shopping.
The train station's right within walking distance, and you can always go to downtown Chicago.
About half-hour metro ride away. And so a lot of my friends will go downtown every few weekends and see what's down there. There's a lot of class trips that go downtown.
I like to go into the city. I enjoy spending time there. It's something totally new and different for me.
One reason you're going to college is to prepare for a life of professional achievement. We'll help you to get the hands-on experience you need to really know your stuff.
If you're looking for a job or you're looking for an internship, they have so many connections to help you.
They want to help you junior and senior year to be able to get those internships and get those job opportunities.
It gives you an automatic network of people.
I work for WGN. I am a sports news intern.
I'm currently interning at Victory Records, which is downtown Chicago.
I'm a sales planning intern with the Kellogg Company.
I'm interning at Paramount Public Relations.
I'm currently interning with the Chicago Bears.
There's a lot of teamwork involved in my internship, so you really learn how to work with other people.
It's very hands-on.
Just being able to work with their players, like the guys you see on TV on Sunday, and just kind of finding out that they're just regular guys like everyone else. It's really been cool.
You're in a small school and then you have this opportunity in a big city, and I've met artists, been to concerts, and it's awesome.
Our job is to help students learn how to navigate and manage their own career when they graduate.
So that's Elmhurst College in about 7 minutes. We'll leave you with a few final thoughts from our students and faculty.
Those people who decide to come here simply say that there was a feeling about the campus. They said there's just something, they sense something more, like hey, I belong here.
Coming in here and making the connections with the people that I have, I know that even when I graduate, I'm still going to have these connections. I'm still going to have a home here even, 5, 10, 20 years down the road.
I'm sure there's other good schools out there too, but I think you'd have a hard time beating Elmhurst.
Your experience is going to really be what college ought to be.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
As you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but
It's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Tim Calderwood with you from RA Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. Impressive first half for Elmhurst. The Blue Jays collecting a 13-point lead, 36-23. Tell you what, it was very, very similar to the first half on Wednesday. Now the question is, what can Elmhurst do in the second half? Remember, Elmhurst came out strong to start the second half on Wednesday, only to watch as a 22-point lead subsided. Carthage came back and led late, but Elmhurst was able to hold on thanks to 3 free throws with 2.3 seconds left. Augustana, just 8 of 30 from the field in the first half, 26.7%. So that makes back-to-back games in which that Elmhurst defense has limited their opponents in the first half of play. Tip your cap as well to the perimeter game for Elmhurst. 6 of 11 from three-point range, 54.5%. Elmhurst overall was 55.6% from the floor. 10 fast break points for Elmhurst in this one compared to none for Augustana, despite the fact that for most of the half, Augustana was trapping. Inside the lane, Augustana works it for Hepner. Steps back to Jergudis off the glass. No shot clock reset here. Hill will retire the 3. Third chance coming, and a fresh 35. Jergudis down Main Street, skips it, and Sanford steps in front. Leading scorers for Augustana, 6 points. Hunter Hill, 6 points as well for Nick Hepner. And a 3-pointer for Kyle Wiest makes it a 16-point edge, 39-23. It's knocked free. Hill in the corner, and a foul. Pat Coleman, Taylor Baxter, 8 each for Elmhurst in the first half. Kyle Weiss, the first player in this game to reach double figures. His 3 moments ago has made it 10 for him. Jump ball and a push on Weiss. 16-point Elmhurst advantage. They led by 22 in the second half Wednesday against Carthage. 16-point lead is the biggest. Dribbling in, Ben Ryan connects. Sanford looks for the cutter. He'll drive himself. Hand it off to Baxter. Talking about this Elmhurst team, realize they're still pretty young. Alex DeBack, Nick Sanford, Taylor Baxter, Charles Glass, all seniors. For the most part, just a host of freshmen and sophomores on this squad. Take a look at the replay of the foul. Nixon back to the hoop, hands off to Baxter. He'll drive and score. $16-point lead again, 41-25. Baseline, Hefner, no good. Hefner had a big start to the game, hitting 3 straight shots for Augie. He was 3 of 4 in the half. Coleman for 3! I love the emotion on the Elmhurst sideline. John Baines right away was all smiles, pumping his fists after the Coleman triple. He had 2 of those in the half, and Coleman is 3 of 3 from 3-point range today. 19-point lead. Jurgutis for a response. Rimming out. Elmhurst ball. Augustana with 1 CCIW defeat. It was on the road. Shots like this could make it 2. Coleman again. Over the top, falling into the paws of Ryan. His first miss from 3-point range today. Griffin Pills with a triple of his own is no good. Away with it comes Coleman. Sanford trying to screen for Baxter. Nixon with a double screen. Reset with a shot clock at 15. Sanford inside the paint, back out to Baxter. Ticking down. Baxter feeds the cutting Nixon. Wow, 46-25. Have I mentioned this is very similar to Wednesday? Now a 21-point lead for Elmhurst. 22-point lead over Carthage, one of the tri-leaders at the time in a 3-point victory on Wednesday nights. A foul. First foul on Nick Sanford. Free throws for Augustana. Look at the drive from Ryan. And he did get a piece of the arm there. Augustana visited the line 7 times in the first half, was 5 of 7. That's the first visit for Ryan today as he delivers. Ben Ryan, 78% shooter from the stripe. Elmhurst did not have a free throw in the first half. It's kind of a significant number, especially when you think that Elmhurst was up 13. As I mentioned from the outset, these are the top 2 teams in the CCIW free throw shooting wise. Weiss out to Sanford, thought about it. Now he'll drive and a block. I thought that whoever visited the stripe more in this one would have the advantage. That has not been the case, as Nick Sanford is at the line for Elmhurst. These are the first free throws for Elmhurst in the game. Sanford has the first. 76% shooter this year. Nick Sanford vastly improved in that area throughout his career at Elmhurst. 6'5" senior out of Decatur, Illinois. 3-year letter winner. Third team all CCIW choice last year, is good on both. .22 lead, 48-26. Jumper is good for Ben Ryan. Does Augustana have a Carthage-like run in them here in the second half? You got to think that the shooting percentages will increase for the visitors at some point. Question is, will it be too late? Here's Baxter. Tried to draw the foul, forced to adjust his shot, and Ryan on the weak side corrals. Now it's Hill in transition. Nope. But an offensive rebound, and underneath it's Schlitter, who draws the contact. Second foul on Nick Sanford. There's the initial miss and the rebound. And then Sanford with a piece of the arm. Free throw, though, from Schlitter, no good. Kevin Schlitter, a senior for Augustana. Out of Park Ridge, Illinois. Maine South product. Splits it. Off the bench, Jawan Straughter. Straughter really attacked in the first half with the ball in his hands. We'll see if he does that offensively here in the second for Augustana. Could be what the Vikings need, that kind of token pressure handled easily by Elmhurst. Weiss inside the elbow, short from 14. The big Schlitter with a rebound, puts it in the arms of Straughter. Straughter rotating right. Inside it goes, spin move, no. Basket has a lid on it for Augustana. Coleman to Weiss. Back to Coleman, 15 to work. Sanford receives the screen from Payonk. Into the corner, it goes to Baxter. Baxter on the baseline to Sanford, lost it on the way up. Pills away with the ball. Inside the lane, ball is free. It is on the ground, and Baxter picks it up. Gray Giovanni very upset about something on the Augustana sideline. He is well out onto the floor with the ball in his hands. They've got a timeout for Elmhurst. 13:43 left in this one, a full timeout. Close up of Gray Giovanni, who has finally decided, all right, I'll put this basketball in your hands. 19-point Elmhurst lead in the second, as we step aside on Blue Jay TV. Gray Giovanni still shaking his displeasure on that Elmhurst Augustana bench. 19-point advantage for Elmhurst at 48-29. Eric Crittenden, powerful move in the lane, scores. Strotter the other way. And will they say it's on the floor, or will Strotter be shooting? Say it's on the ground. Eric Crittenden with the foul, his first. Crittenden is in your screen and just turned around and discovered that Strotter was right there. 50-29, Elmhurst leading by 21. Augustana continuing to struggle from the field. A switch to his own. And 3 shots upcoming for Mark Roth, who was tripped up on the shot. Nathan Rogers with the foul. And that'll put one of the top free throw shooting teams in the CCIW to the line once again. There's the foul. The feet taken out of the shooter. One more coming. And it's 50-32. Here comes the Augustana trap. One of the ways to make sure you don't beat a trap is to pick up your dribble. Augustana forces the turnover at midcourt. Strotter aggressive, draws the block. Problem started for Brian Ackerman as he was trapped in front of the Augustana bench. Take a look at Strotter to the hole. Free throw no good. Strotter splits. 17-point advantage. And nearly another turnover. Look out at the scorer's table. Is it a turnover? Officials are talking and they were discussing the shot clock. Reset it to 26. It was down to 20. He must not have stopped. Crittenden dribbling around. Again, a big man with a ball in his hand. Handling it well. Rogers down to 10. Knocked away. Schlitter with his arms up. Motzel the steal. Strotter outside the paint too long. Rogers brings it in. Rogers is surrounded and dribbles out. Patience for Elmhurst. All alone is Coleman, and one as well. Motzel late coming over to help. What a performance by Pat Coleman today. Get a look at the replay. Rogers nearly lost the handle, and Coleman was all alone. And there was the foul from Motzel. 52-33. 11:55 left, a lot of basketball, but we still have not seen the run from Augustana that Carthage put together on Wednesday. Just a little mini run, even 8 straight points, something to shift the momentum in the game. They've only been able to get to within 19. Jargudis for 3. Rebound free, Schlitter no good. And Schlitter falling to the hardwood. Draws what will be the 8th foul of the contest for Elmhurst, which means, of course, free throws. Take a look at the replay. One and one for Schlitter. Those free throws continue to pile up for Augustana. Elmhurst at the free throw line, just 2 of 3. Augustana now 12 of 17. Good on both. Three on one, Sanford pulls up and hits. Why not? In the lane, Ryan off the mark. Sanford the rebound. Wiest to the corner, steps back, and he buries the J. You know, we talked a lot about the inside game for both of these teams, the matchup inside Elmhurst with Nick Sanford and Will Nixon. Really the difference has been the perimeter game. Here's Hill with a long 3, perfect. It's 56-38. Coleman on the move. Baxter knifes to the lane, and it's past him for a turnover. Take a look at the three-pointer from Hill. 26-footer. And this is the opportunity for Augustana to make a bit of a run. 18 points is as close as they have been in quite some time. Hill will take it himself. That's 5 straight for Hill and 5 straight for Augustana as well. Midway point of the half. 56-40, 16-point lead for Elmhurst. Harlan trying to rid himself of Jargudis. Sanford comes back. Right smack dab in the center of that Elmhurst logo. Wiest will get it, 15 on the shot. Nixon calling, Wiest driving, Wiest adjusting, Wiest hitting. You know it's your day when. That was an adjusted off-balance shot for Kyle Wiest. And he was able to score. Wiest with 14 points, leading Elmhurst. And Hill, after making 5 straight points for Augustana, it's part of a 5-0 spurt, we'll call it. Able to hit the first free throw, which means the second is coming. That's good. Offensive foul. Roth was set and Baxter just ran over the top of him. He wasn't looking, did not know Roth was in his basket. Elmhurst timeout. 58-42, Elmhurst on top. Let's get a look at the offensive foul. Yep, never saw Roth. Hill was covering him, and he ran right over the top. 9:19 left in this one. Elmhurst looking to upend a second consecutive CCIW leader on Blue Jay TV. .919 left in the ball game. 58-42, Elmhurst on top. Augustana slowly building some momentum here in the second. Strotter back to Roth. 3 off to the right, but an offensive rebound. Good ball movement. Ryan on the baseline. Nope. And Sanford able to outleap Hefner for the rebound. Coleman in transition. The other way, it's Hill. And he'll make his way to the free throw line. Hill turning on the Jets, and Will Nixon, the guilty party, his second. First free throw from Hill is up and in. Hill today, 14 points. He's a perfect 3 of 3 at the line. And now 4 of 4. And another turnover. Easy bucket for Hefner. Well, turnovers will definitely be a way that Augustana can work their way back into this one. .60-46. A lot of time to go. And a turnover there. And a transition bucket. Uh-oh. 12-point game. 60-48. It's kind of warm in here. I could definitely use some of the winds of change. Weiss will step back. Three-pointer, no good. Will Nixon, second chance, converts. And on the way up, a foul. Take a look at the foul here on the strong move from Hefner. It was Hefner early who dictated the pace for Augustana. And 4 new bodies for Elmhurst. Coleman is the only to stay. .62-49. Crittenden underneath, dumps off for Payonk. He's blocked. Defense from Matzel. Hill dribbling around. Roth hesitates. Nearing 7 minutes left. Hill to the corner. Along the baseline. In the lane, it's free. It's taken away by Ackerman, leading the break. Ahead to Coleman, and a foul. Pat Coleman having himself a ball game. 15 points. He's hit 3 threes, and he's 3 of 4 from the line today, as the first won't drop. Well, I mentioned this on Wednesday as well. You almost have to wonder how deep of a hole is Augustana capable of digging themselves out of. Gets to the point where a lot of times you expend so much energy just to get back into the game that there isn't a whole lot left when you need that final push. Carthage led late, but couldn't hold off Elmhurst on Wednesday. After being down 22, in and out on the hook shot from Ryan. And we've got an Elmhurst timeout. 30-second timeout. The shooting has cooled off for Elmhurst here in the second half. Elmhurst was 6 of 11 from three-point range in the first half. They are 2 of 4 here in the second, so still strong in that department. 26 of 45 from the floor, 57%. Augustana, meanwhile, still hovering below 30% as well. And keep in mind, this team came in with a shooting percentage over 50% from the field. Craig Giovanni trying to make sure of the exact spot of the inbounds here. Rebounds about even, 29-27 Augustana. These teams will hook up again at late February. February 15th. A trap, 5 guarding 4, and Crittenden comes to it. Baxter retreating. Baxter with it again. Payonk sets the screen. Baxter, who played at Division I for a time in his college career, gives it to Coleman. Baxter for 3, draws the iron. Rebound, out of bounds, Augustana basketball. Take a look at the rebound. That was a tussle. Everybody on the Elmhurst bench obviously biased, pointing their fingers towards the Elmhurst side. Hill passing on the 3, driving instead. He runs into Payonk and will dribble out. 5:45 left. Hill now steps in. His 17-footer rims out. At some point, those shots have to drop for Augustana. Time is running out. Crittenden around trouble, takes all the way, lost the ball, but a reach will bail him out. And they'll say it was in the act of shooting, I believe, which means a couple of free throws for Crittenden. Craig Giovanni is less than pleased about that one. Nixon Weist returns. Sanford ready to check in momentarily as well. Crittenden, 5 points today. This is first visit to the line. No good. And it's Hunter Hill on his way to the stripe yet again. He's only a sophomore from Byron, Illinois, far to the west. Hill, leading scorer for Augustana this season, misses his first free throw today. He's the only player in double figures for the Vikings right now with 15. He has knocked in 3 3-pointers today. Converts on attempt number 2. Enter Juwan Strotter. And here comes the press from Augustana. Just a straight man to start, which often runs into a trap. Nope, they'll drop into the man here. And Baxter, as he scampers across the half-court line, draws the foul, which is the 7th against Augustana, and now free throws the rest of the way. Taylor Baxter stepping to the line. Just 7 free throw attempts for Elmhurst today. They are 4 of 7. Taylor Baxter has yet to visit. Senior from Minonk, Illinois, averaging under 9 points per game. Perfect on attempt number 1. Baxter also played briefly at Loras College. He's started 15 games this year as a 71% shooter and is good on both. Back to a 16-point game at 66-50. And a foul. This will be on Baxter, and it's his 4th. Two shots coming. Griffin Pills, the shooter. First one is good. Second is just like the first. It's been hanging on a 14-point deficit for Augustana for a while. Once they were able to get it to 12. Sanford underneath, reverses, nope. Ryan brings it in. Strotter on the move. His drive denied by Nixon. And now down Main Street, score it +1 for Griffin Pills. The sophomore from Libertyville will have a chance to bring the visitors within 11 points. Pills found himself all alone. Nixon came in, did his best. But Will Nixon whistled for his 3rd. And Pills with a friendly roll. He departs. 66-55 with 4:28 left. Coleman lost the ball. Hefner collects. 3-on-3, and he wisely slows down. Augustana with a chance to pull within double figures, but a travel. And returning is Hunter Hill. Elmhurst looking to get over 500 in conference play. Has not happened this year. Lost the first 2 games. Coleman for 3. Yes, sir! Pat Coleman yet again, his 4th 3-pointer of the game. Back to a 14-point lead. Adjusting and scoring is Hefner. Two-on-one. Sanford decides to take it all the way. Double digits for Nick Sanford. He's the 4th Elmhurst player to reach double figures today. Coleman, Wiest, Baxter, and now Sanford, led by 19 from Coleman. Hill with the long three. Oh my. Timeout Augustana, 30. Hunter Hill is a shooter, you think? 4 threes today, the only 4 3-pointers of the game for Augustana. He owns 19. Hefner with 11 for Augustana. Let's have a look at the last 2 3-pointers. There's Coleman, this time not easy. He was challenged and the ball just kind of came to him in the corner. And then at the other end, Hill from long distance again. I think Elmhurst won't close out on him because they're just saying, hey, all right, you're 25 plus feet away from the bucket. Go ahead and shoot from there. .323 left. 11-point Elmhurst lead. And again, the Blue Jays break the press easily. It's a 3-on-2, and Sanford wisely slows it up. Time to run some clock. Count is on Sanford, so he'll move and hand off to Wiest. How long will Elmhurst wait? Wiest recovers with a shot clock at 10. Backdoor pass to Sanford. Up and under in the lane? No. Rebound Johnson. Again, a chance to pull within double digits. And a foul is called. It's on Wiest, his second. Free throw is good. John Baines already has a technical today, and he's letting the officiating crew hear about it. Demetrius Randall, Jeff Murrow, and Dave Cronin, the crew for this one. 9-point game, 71-62. .235 remaining. Coleman hangs on. Sanford recovers. Elmhurst has numbers. Wiest will dribble in from 17. Back to an 11-point game, 73-62. Elmhurst just over 2 minutes away from knocking off their second consecutive conference leader. Illinois Wesleyan could be saying thank you very much at the end of the day. Here's Coleman all the way. Yes. Less than 2 minutes to go. Carthage, Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan were all tied for the conference lead on Wednesday. Carthage went down here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. And now Augustana is down 13 with $1:45 remaining. Third foul on Kyle Wiest. Now, one thing you don't want to do is allow Augustana to whittle away without time coming off the clock. Strotter buries the first. Crittenden replacing Nixon. (75-64). Tavian Johnson is back. Baxter draws the crowd. Just one-on-one right now. Elmhurst wins the battle. Minute and a half left. Wrap around for Wiest, taking offensive foul. Demetrius Randall waves it off underneath the bucket. Kyle Wiest now with 4 for Elmhurst. Wiest and Baxter 4 apiece. Judge for yourself. There was a lot of contact. Still an 11-point lead. Hill tried to bank it home unsuccessfully. Wiest pulls down the board. Baxter across half court. And a foul. It's going to say with time running out, you have to start fouling if you're Augustana down 11. I think you try and trade basically 1 for 3. You hope for a split at one end and a three-pointer on the other. And instead of a split, Coleman just misses it straight up. Elmhurst did not have anyone in the lane besides the shooter. Here's Roth for 3. Iron, but a rebound. Another 3 is short. Another rebound, Augustana. And a bucket for Hefner. Timeout. Full timeout. 48.6 to go. 9-point game. 75-66 on Blue Jay TV. Game reset, 48.6 to play, each team with 2 timeouts. Possession arrow right now belongs to Elmhurst. Augustana is in the super bonus, while Elmhurst right now still has to see 2 more fouls from Augustana before the Blue Jays are shooting 2. It's 5 guarding 4 again for the Vikings. Coleman comes to get it. He's instantly surrounded. And there's the quick foul on Wiest. Third foul on Griffin Pills. No, actually scratch that. It's Hunter Hill on the foul. Will Nixon back for Elmhurst. Kyle Wiest, 2 of 3 at the line today. No one in the lane for the Blue Jays. Back iron. Elmhurst, the CCIW leader in free throw percentage, and they have struggled today. Did not visit the line in the first half, and guess who? It's Nick Sanford with a swat of Hill. Still a 9-point advantage with 36.8 left. Hill inbounding to the corner. Roth with a 3 and a late whistle. Kyle Wiest commits the foul, and he is done. John Baines beckoning his team for a quick chat. Zooming in at the huddle. Baines pointing out the sub. Looks like Bryant Ackerman will come on in place of the fouled out Kyle Wiest. 2 shots for Augustana upcoming. And the officials are discussing the clock right now. I believe it was at 36.8. I want to say that was what I saw when the foul was committed. It's at 33.9 right now. Nice close-up of the Kevin Jude computer there. It's a mugshot of Bill Murray, if you're wondering. And the clock will be at 34.4. 2 shots for Roth. Good. And actually, that was in the act of a 3-pointer, so he has 2 more coming. 8-point game. 7. And 6. Is it too little, too late for Augustana? 13th ranked team in the nation. Down by 6 with 34 4/10. 3 fresh bodies for the Vikings. Shuffling around. Again, it's 5 guarding 4. And a hold. Tavian Johnson with a foul, his second. 2 shots coming for Taylor Baxter. Now it's super bonus time for Elmhurst. 12 for Baxter today. He's 2 of 2 at the line. And now 3 of 3. Elmhurst has visited the free throw line 11 times in the half. Just over 50% from the line for the team that was leading the conference entering tonight. Baxter hits them both. 7 points. 8 points now, 77-69. Hill off to the races. Leaves it for Pills. His 3-pointer is no good. Sanford the board. He's surrounded and fouled with 25 seconds left. And the Elmhurst fans are sensing an upset. Two shots for Nick Sanford. 10 points, 7 rebounds for Sanford today. He's 2 of 2 at the line. Pat Coleman has been the star. If you're wondering, he's missed only 1 shot. 8 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 5 from 3-point range. He owns 21 for Elmhurst. Back to a 10-point game. 79-69. Here comes Hill, the long 3. Got it. Hill continuing to showcase that range. 5 3-pointers for him today. And now Baxter is quickly fouled. It's at 18.3. At some point, Augustana needs to have Elmhurst miss some free throws. What's the problem? Well, Taylor Baxter has been flawless at the line today. And he will have a couple more coming here. Perfect. And again, 18.3 and a 9-point game. Hill switches hands, can't convert. Second chance opportunity, though, drops in on the tip from Hepner. 9.5 and another quick foul of Baxter. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line and looking for more. John Baines telling his team no fouls. Good on both. 83-74. Hill hurries across. Hill takes all the way. Sanford just lets him go. On the putback, no good. Here comes a third attempt at the buzzer. Will they count it? No. Hefner's third attempt will not count at the buzzer, and for the second time this week, Elmhurst knocks a leader off of the CCIW standings board. On Wednesday, it was Carthage. That made it a two-way tie. Today, it's 13th ranked Augustana. 83-74, the final count. Elmhurst is 12-6 on the season and 4-3 in conference play. Pretty good first go-round for the Blue Jays. They are right in the mix of the race for the CCIW tournament. Augustana drops to 15-3 and 5-2 in the conference. Back-to-back wins for Elmhurst. Second time in conference play they've done that. Blue Jays are over 500 for the first time in conference play this season, behind the solid performance today of Pat Coleman. 8 of 9 from the field. He knocked down 4 threes, and it's 83-74. Elmhurst with the victory. Up next for the Blue Jays, a home date with Wheaton College coming on Wednesday. For our entire crew here on Blue Jay TV, thanks for joining us. Elmhurst knocks off another team from the top of the CCIW. I'm Tim Calderwood. Thanks for watching.